The untold story of Taylor Swift, from outcast to the biggest star on earth. She is the most powerful artist of her generation. She has broken records no one thought possible, filled stadiums across the world, and built an empire that stretches beyond music. Yet behind the success lies a story of rejection, humiliation, scandals, heartbreaks, and ruthless battles that almost destroyed her. This is the story of Taylor Swift, the girl who was told no 1,000 times, only to rise higher than anyone ever imagined. Early life and roots. Taylor Allison Swift was born on December 13, 1989, in Reading, Pennsylvania, to Scott and Andrea Swift. Her father worked in finance, her mother in marketing. From the outside, it looked like an ordinary suburban family. But Taylor was anything but ordinary. Growing up on a Christmas tree farm, she learned early about hard work. While other kids were playing, Taylor was writing poems and putting on little performances in front of her parents. She was fascinated with words and stories. By age 10, she was already singing at local fairs, talent shows, and sports events. When she saw Shania Twain and Faith Hill on TV, she realized her dream: she wanted to be a country star. At 11, she performed the national anthem at a Philadelphia 76ers basketball game. At 12, she learned her first guitar chords. At 13, she was writing songs. She was obsessed, determined, unstoppable. The fight to be heard. But talent is never enough. Nashville, the home of country music, was a fortress guarded by tradition and skepticism. At 14, Taylor convinced her parents to move there so she could pursue music seriously. She went door to door with demo tapes. Every record label said no. Too young, not ready, not our style. Most kids would have quit. Taylor doubled down. She kept writing, kept performing, kept believing. Eventually, she caught the attention of Big Machine Records. In 2006, at just 16 years old, she released her self-titled debut album. Songs like Tim McGraw and Teardrops on My Guitar introduced her as a new voice in country music, not just a performer, but a songwriter with something real to say. Fearless, the breakthrough. Her second album, Fearless, 2008, was a phenomenon. With tracks like Love Story and You Belong With Me, she crossed over from country to mainstream pop. Teenagers and young women everywhere connected with her stories of first love, heartbreak, and self-discovery. Fearless won 4 Grammys, including Album of the Year, making Taylor the youngest artist ever to win that award at the time. Suddenly, she wasn't just a rising star. She was America's sweetheart. But then came the moment that would change everything. The Kanye incident. At the 2009 MTV Video Music Awards, Taylor Swift won Best Female Video. She stepped on stage, wide-eyed, nervous, holding her first MTV award. And then, it happened. Kanye West stormed the stage, grabbed the microphone, and declared that Beyoncé had one of the best videos of all time. The audience booed. Taylor stood frozen, humiliated, robbed of her moment. She was only 19. This wasn't just a shocking TV moment. It was the beginning of a feud that would haunt her for over a decade. And yet, instead of destroying her, it made her more famous than ever. Red, the transition. By 2012, Taylor faced a crossroads. Stay in country, or step fully into pop. Her fourth album, Red, was the bridge. With songs like I Knew You Were Trouble and 22, she expanded her sound. The album was a massive success, but critics saw it as inconsistent. For Taylor, it was proof she could play in the big leagues of pop. 1989, World Domination. In 2014, she released 1989. This wasn't a country album. This wasn't even country pop. This was pure pop, and it was flawless. Shake It Off, Blank Space, Style, Bad Blood, each song was a hit. The album sold millions, won Album of the Year at the Grammys, and made Taylor the biggest pop star on earth. She had reinvented herself completely. Her 1989 world tour sold out stadiums, and she became not just a singer, but a cultural force. She was everywhere: magazines, commercials, award shows. Taylor Swift was untouchable. Or so it seemed. Scandals and downfall. Success always comes with a price. The feud with Kanye West reignited in 2016 when he released Famous, claiming he made Taylor famous. Taylor denied giving him permission to use her name in that way. But then Kim Kardashian leaked a phone call that seemed to show Taylor had approved it. The internet turned on her. Hashtag Taylor Swift is over party trended worldwide. Memes mocked her as a snake. For the first time, her image collapsed. Critics said her career was finished. She disappeared from public view, vanished from social media, and retreated from the spotlight. It looked like Taylor Swift had been defeated. Reputation. The comeback. But she wasn't finished. She was reloading. In 2017, Taylor returned with Reputation. Dark, edgy, unapologetic. The lead single Look What You Made Me Do shattered streaming records. The snake, once a symbol of her downfall, became her weapon. She turned public hate into fuel, reclaiming control of her narrative. Reputation sold millions. She had turned her lowest moment into one of her biggest triumphs. Reinvention, Lover, Folklore, Evermore. In 2019, she softened her image with Lover, an album full of color, romance, and hope. Then, during the COVID-19 pandemic, she shocked the world by releasing Folklore and Evermore, stripped-back, indie-inspired albums that critics hailed as her best work. Folklore won the Grammy for Album of the Year, making Taylor the first woman to win that award 3 times. She had proven she could conquer not just pop and country, but alternative music as well. The Eras Tour, history made. In 2023, Taylor launched the Eras Tour. It wasn't just a concert series. It was a global phenomenon. Tickets sold out instantly, crashing websites. Entire stadiums were packed with fans singing every lyric. Cities turned into Swift-themed celebrations. The tour became the highest grossing in history, generating billions. Taylor wasn't just an artist. She was an economy, a cultural movement, a force of nature. The business of Taylor's version. But Taylor's most brilliant move wasn't just musical. When she lost control of her old master recordings, she didn't beg or cry. She fought back. She began re-recording her old albums as Taylor's version. It was an unprecedented move. Fans rallied behind her, streaming her new versions and boycotting the originals. By doing this, Taylor not only reclaimed her music, she changed the industry forever, showing that artists could own their work, even against corporate giants. Legacy and power. Today, Taylor Swift is more than a pop star. She is a symbol of resilience, a businesswoman, a cultural icon. She has influenced an entire generation of artists, reshaped the music business, and built one of the most loyal fan bases in history. She speaks openly about feminism, politics, mental health, and equality. She is admired, feared, adored, and sometimes hated, but never ignored.